So yeah, I realized early on in college that you don't have as much control over your future as you think you do.
Well, if you give your control away.
Yeah, it's like you give your control away. You spend the majority of your time inside of a classroom. You're not really getting the opportunity to see what you're good at because you're basically just taking orders all day. And for me, I was always into fashion. That was something that started when I was young in New York. So I was trying to figure out a way that I could get either into the fashion industry or I could just have something that I own that I could put into the world that would kind of like leave some type of staple. Because I knew that what I was doing, it wasn't really like a sure thing anyway. So I didn't feel like I had so much to lose by trying out my own brand, especially because growing up in New York, everything was always about, getting fresh. So it's like, what's the best thing to invest in? Is something that you unconsciously focus on all day.
And yourself.
Yeah, you investing in yourself. You investing in how you look. How you want to be perceived. You also giving people a piece of yourself while letting them, latch on to an idea that you have, like something like fashion, where you're telling people to embrace your individuality. You're promoting being a fearless creative.
Unapologetic.
Yeah, you unapologetic. So I feel like it was just important, and I feel like that was the best decision that I ever made.
That's a good one. Investing in yourself is probably definitely the best decision that you ever made. So, you're talking about a 360 experience as it related to your brand. You want to talk about the things you do that are different than others?
Yeah, so for me, one thing that I do that I feel like is different than others is I make sure that I stay in close contact with my consumers. And by doing that, I do things like I throw fuck your fashion events where people get to meet me, I get to meet them. I'm very hands-on. I mean, the whole time that I've been doing it, I've even been the type of person that will actually pull up to people to sell them stuff. And a lot of times, like, doing stuff like that, you get to meet the people that you're dealing with, and you also get to see, what they like. You also get to, you also get to spend time and just see what it is that you want people to know about you. And I think that that's just super important because a lot of times you don't get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I think it's important that if you project yourself to be something, that you are that 24/7. So, some people want to be a mystique. That's because they're not who they say they are. You know what I mean? They don't want you to see their true self. That's like, this is personal. I think when you make a conscious decision to have people buy into who you are, you have to actually engage with them, and they really have to know that you're that person. You're not just exploiting the person that you want them to think you are.
Yeah, and I think even, when you start thinking about getting into industries and stuff, it's like a lot of times it's like a perception game. You never know who you're dealing with. It's always somebody different behind the camera, so.
It's always a perception.
Yeah, so it's like for me, I have fuck your fashion, so I can always be myself. And that's like the most important thing to me. Is the fact that everything is always genuine. Even if I fuck up, it's still genuine because I'm your fashion. So it's not really a right or wrong way for me to do anything.
There's never a right or wrong way for you to do anything when you're expressing who you are. That's art. And that's dope. So, again, I've been in the game a while. And I always love to give people the experience or the chance to at least ask me something so I can give them some game, give them some guidance. I wish that there were people like me when I was younger so I didn't have to learn the hard way, which wasn't the worst way, but experience is the best way. But basically what happens is you burn while you learn. You're spending money to gain certain experiences and you have to be prepared for that. Is there any questions you want to ask me?
I think something that I probably would want to ask you is it's just the mentality of being fearless. It's like, at what point did you realize I want to be fearless? I want to put myself into the world and tell the world that I'm ready to risk it all to be an entrepreneur. I'm ready to, bring up people that's under me. A lot of people don't really like to bring up people that's under them because they can look at it like, nobody was there for me to do this, so I'm not going to do that for you.
Yeah.
And for you, you've always been somebody that's fearless. You think for yourself. Hence the CEO brand, which means a lot to me because, I got the opportunity to meet the person behind the brand. And you are everything that you said you are, so.
Appreciate that.
I just want to know, why are you so fearless?
Well, it's two things. Number one, I don't like the way it feels to be scared. You know, and sometimes it'd be like when I was younger, I remember feeling a certain way, and I was like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I just won't feel that way because it's gonna have the same result no matter what. But the one thing I'll never let happen is something scare me into not trying. Like I'll be not dumb. I'm not gonna, like as a kid, I'm not gonna walk into traffic fearlessly because I know I'm gonna get hit. You know, I know how to isolate myself from being in pain. I don't like that. You know, but I'm never gonna let fear stop me from making one of my dreams come true. You know, so it was never emotion I accepted. And then I also saw how it controlled people. So I would do things that others were scared to do, and I'd be the only one doing it. I'd be like, it was easy. And then they would say I was crazy because I'm not scared. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. People not only are afraid, they think you're crazy when you're not afraid. And I find that funny. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, I'm not doing anything that's going to kill me. I'm not doing anything that's going to, you know, put me or my family in harm's way. I'm just investing in myself. And also where I came from, you know, I came from a place of survival where there was a lot of unrecognized trauma. So I'm seeing people get killed. I'm seeing people go to jail really young for long periods of time. And I'm seeing people get robbed. I'm like, yo, if I can survive this, why would I be scared to the best of myself? There's no recourse. And then when you lose people you love young, because I lost my mom at 15, you know, 10 years later I lose my girl. I'm like, yo, life is cool, but like, you know, death can't be that bad. I'll be with my girl and my mom. So what's there to be scared of? It happens to everybody. So for me, you know, if something happens to everybody, I'm not gonna be scared of it. I'm not gonna say, why me? I'm gonna just know that it's gonna happen. I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna wear it well. I'm not gonna have fear of something that's gonna happen anyway. What I am gonna have fear of is putting myself in a situation where I don't feel free. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely not breaking the law. I'm scared of that. Because jail comes with that. And then I have no fun. So it's logical. So I just won't do anything that's gonna put me in jail. Hence cameras all over the place, because you're never gonna say I did something I didn't do. You know what I mean? You see, I'm like, I got PSTD, whatever. Like, you know, I'm be paranoid about because I come from a place where, you know, people play a different kind of game, different kind of recourse. This is nothing compared to where I came from. So what am I gonna be scared of? A lame, a nerd, someone who I feel I can throw in their pocket? Or would I let somebody tell me what to do in the court, in the office, and they can't tell me what to do in the street? You know what I mean? Like I've seen so many gangsters get in front of people, and I don't know why they give the power away. All of a sudden, a different tone, a different talk, a whole other thing. Like you was a gangster 5 minutes ago, and then you get in front of somebody in the room and you act a completely different person. You're more scared of this person that doesn't have a gun than someone that does, and you'd rather shoot that person than actually even say something that may hurt this other person's feelings. Because you think they're the plug. Because you've been programmed to think they're better than you. I'm not down for that game. I don't want to be the masses. I don't want to be controlled. I want to do the controlling, and I want to bring the 99% to the 1% because I came from the 99%. So it's this thing where, you know, if you have an alcoholic father, you can either be an alcoholic or you can say, I'm not drinking because my father was an alcoholic. Which one are you going to be? You know, I'm the person that's like, you know, even with my kid, anything I didn't like that my parents did, I'm not doing to my kid. I know how it feels. I don't justify it like what happened to me, so it should happen to him. Why would I want my child or someone I love to feel pain if I know exactly how that pain feels? So, I know how it feels to want advice and someone not give it to you because they're scared of you being their competition. But for me, I want the competition. I want more free thinkers because it pushes me to be more creative. I'll empower you to become my competition because only competition is good competition. Who's going to hustle the hardest? Who's going to be the freshest? It's going to bring that out of it. I take pride in nobody hustles harder.
And that's something that I really respect too, because from the beginning you always show love. And you know, you told me a while ago, you was like, you know, I want to give you a platform so that people have the opportunity to see it and see what you're about.
Yeah.
And you really did that.
Did that. Done. But you also keep bringing it. But you gotta bring me the socks and shorts.
Yeah, you know I got you.
Especially the shorts and the socks, definitely.
Yeah, you know I got you, babe. You stay fly and show people how to put it on. So that's what it is.
I see it. Yeah.
Another thing, so I wanted to say is,
my kids today. No, I'm slipping.
another thing I wanted to say too was when you was talking about, going to a lane for validation, like that's something that I've noticed a long time ago too, but I still do not understand it for the life of me why people have to get validated by somebody who doesn't even understand your culture, doesn't understand you, and doesn't really have much to offer you except maybe a push if you already got a wave going on.
Yeah, because you're programmed to be insecure and to think that they have to validate you. We're programmed to that. It's a strategic play. It's a strategy. How do we control the masses? Make them think that unless they have us, they can't survive. And they'll protect us and fight each other. And that's exactly what's happening. And it works. So why would they stop the cycle? Which is, again, the reason why not everyone thinks I'm dangerous, but the people who are messing up their hustle, I'm dangerous to them. People that are taking advantage of culture and exploiting and tricking you into thinking you're winning when you're losing, I'm dangerous to those people. Because, enlightenment, awareness, it makes you responsible. Like once you know you're being played, you're not gonna let someone keep playing. So I just been for the last 20 years, been like, yo, they're playing us, bro. They're telling us we're winning. They're telling us we're winning. I feel terrible. They're playing us. And because they weren't used to it, a whole generation, I couldn't talk to them no more. So I started talking to the younger generation because it's hard to break patterns. People are stubborn. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to judge it. If someone's so insecure, if someone's in so much pain that they're going to hurt their brother, and they think that's going to make them feel better, then I feel sorry for their existence. They're sad. Wealth is happiness. That's wealth. I don't care how much money you got. If you're unhappy, you broke. If you're not laughing, you broke. I'll say it over and over again until people get it. It's not about what people think of you. It's about how much fun you're having with the people you love. That's all that matters. That's it. So you got a lot of money, you can't spend no time with your kids, then I don't understand. It doesn't work out for me. I have to be able to have a controlled environment where my kid can be, where I can be with them. I'm in pain, but I'm not with people I love. I keep them around me all the time. But when you have to go out and be with a bunch of people you don't know, you have to be polite to people that grew up different, that are all in the same survival mode, it's impossible for people to stay polite. And that's a program.
And also, you do a really good job too of controlling your environment.
Yeah.
Because everything it is that you wanted to do and you feel like it's your definition of fun, you made it happen. You have your family. Your family's here watching you. Everybody's a part of it. Everybody has, more than something to bring to the table. It's like something that everybody built together. And I really admire that, and I want to tell you, I really appreciate you bringing me into your space and showing me everything. Because sometimes we can start thinking that these things are very far-fetched, like these ideas to live like this, to have this, to build a platform. We start thinking that it's a little far-fetched, like it's just a dream that never happened, but now I'm seeing it's really a dream.
Yeah.
To have everything you want and have your family, and the family's a part of it. And it's respectful, everybody's happy.
I'm glad you see that, and that's the reason why I show. But not everybody will get that. So when I see like-minded people, I let them in. Cool. That's all. So, congratulations to you, you're there. You already understand your consciousness, you know where to go. Just dream, keep dreaming. And any way I can help you, I will. So anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
All I wanted to say is, if you want to see the new drop, the stuff he was saying that he likes, go to fashion.com. If you want to get at me on Instagram, it's at FCKYA Fashion. I had to take the U out. Instagram is blocking me. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got to sometimes have your own platform.
Exactly.
They can't tell you what to do or how to display your stuff. And that's dope. So he gets the Fresh to Death approval from Dame Dash. That's legit. My man Devon, doing your thing. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dude.
And the best way to show appreciation is to win, because I'll be there to support. I like one of us get there. All right, Dame Dash Studios. Holla.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. continue to believe, and I'll see you there.